Gatwick ground. Good evening, Monarch 285, the exchange hold Charlotte Romeo.
Okay, hello and welcome to the Virtual Airline Pilot Channel. If you were just watching the live stream, do apologise, had to jump out there because something peculiar was going on with the views in X-Plane. However, we're back, everything's working, looking good. So, currently sat at stand 555 London Gatwick, heading down to Jersey today, and this was a video request from a subscriber on my channel, so thanks for that one. And everything's pretty much ready to go. What I've got to do is call ground for clearance. So I'm just going to grab the Asus, take down the weather, and then I'll call ground. So also, if you're new to this channel, if you've not checked out any of the videos before, the whole idea behind it is using real-world procedures and trying to mimic real-world operations as much as possible when flying in FSX prepared and X-Plane, just to make things a bit more realistic. Okay, so let's jump into the flight deck. So yeah, as I said, everything's pretty much set up in the IXEG 737 Classic in X-Plane. Really, really cool aircraft. Let's go onto Asus. So 134.22. So the way I've got it set up is this is your radio, so you'll actually be able to hear what I can hear, and then I set it on mine as well. So let's grab the weather and then we can call for clearance.
Departing aircraft, make initial contact on frequency 121.8, surface wind 2106 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, fuel 2,000 feet, temperature +21, dew point +17, QNH 1014, acknowledge receipt of information, Bravo, and advise aircraft type on first contact, Gatwick information, Bravo, time 1820, runway news.
Okay, great, so that's the weather noted down. Nothing really notable, slight wind pretty much down the runway, with a slight crosswind, ever so slight, and visibility is great, temperature's fine, and there's some clouds on the way up, but nothing really to worry about. The important bit is it's information Bravo, so that's what I'm going to pass through to ground control. I did call them before and there was a problem with our route, so he's, I think, going to give us a different routing, so I'll need to note that down. But ground at Gatwick are available on 121.8, so let's switch to that. And we can call in our clearance. Gatwick ground, good evening, shuttle 236, stand 555, information Bravo, type 737-300, request IFR clearance to Jersey, please.
Shuttle 236, hello, are you able to accept the route I sent you just earlier on, or do you need it recently?
AFIRM, okay to accept our flight plan.
Shuttle 236, thank you, cleared to Jersey, Southampton 1X3 departure, then as bound, for 7021.
SAM 1X-ray departure with the new route as filed, and squawk 7021, shuttle 236.
Shuttle 236, correct, QNH 1014, now going to come.
Great, okay, so that's everything we need for now. So let's have a look at this new route. I think he copied it through to me. In fact, let's grab that on text. I think it's only quite a small change. It's changing a waypoint out.
Sorry, no shuttle 2 Golf Alpha, get the ground below, cleared to your destination.
Okay, so it's
Golf Golf.
slight change then.
For X-ray departure for 6231.
So it's the Q41 airway.
The shuttle 2 Golf Alpha, correct. QNH1014, information now, 5 times.
Okay.
Go ground 128 is okay if we take stand 1-2.
Let's just put the route in again.
1285, there's someone on that stand, you can take 1-4 or 1-1.
Okay, Roger, 128.
Stuart 1951, you can contact Alex Tower 124, 225, bye-bye.
Okay, interesting. I'm just going to check the charts. So let's go over to there, Navigraph, and just have a look at this arrival. So originally it was going to the Leuna waypoint, but now it's going to Ortac. So let's have a look. Ortac. So okay. So it was Jersey 1 Whiskey. It's now Jersey 1 Alpha arrival. So only slightly different. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so I don't think anything's changed with the V speeds. No. So that's all good. Right, so we've got our clearance. That's all filed. So let's start getting the aircraft ready for departure, and then we can start our pushback and yeah, taxi out to the runway, which is 26 today, which is just over here behind the terminal building.
10285 is showing down. Thanks for the C and a nice evening.
Okay, so let's do the pre-flight flow.
1285, use on boy.
Yaw damper on, fuel pumps on. Let's get rid of that ground power, don't need that. Because we're on APU. Fueling is complete, so we can turn the seatbelt signs on. Boarding is complete as well. Window heat can go on now. And at this point we'd usually call the ground crew, just see if we can pressurise, but we'll do that anyway. And now we can turn on the aircon. Or the packs, I should say. And just checking the panel here. So yeah, cruise altitude is 18,000 feet, or flight level 180. Land altitude at Jersey is 277, so just about there. Excellent. Right. MCP set. RTO. Gear levers down. Radios are set. Let's have a look at the checklist. So pins and covers then. This is the pre-flight checklist. Pins and covers are removed. Oxygen. We'll test that. That's tested 100%. Instrument transfer switches are in normal. Air conditioning and pressurization. PAX auto bleeds on set. And flight instruments. Heading 079. QNH 1014. And currently reading 200 feet. Parking brake is set. Engine start leads are cut off. Rudder and aileron trim is 0. CDU pre-flights completed. Oh, skipped a couple there. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Well, it's going to be, by the looks of it, push back and then head out possibly under the bridge, and then down onto Papa. But we'll get some instructions on our taxi in the way, and then takeoff is on 26 left, straight out departure for a SAM 1 X-ray departure. Fuel. So we've got 4.5 tons, the pumps are on. Takeoff speeds,
Shuttle 2 Golf Alpha, pushing start approved.
V1 130, V rotate 132, and V2 of 141, which is in the box there. MCP V2 141, heading 259, and altitude of 4,000 feet. And that's the pre-flight checklist complete. So I think it's a good time to get rid of the ground services. So let's do that.
Ryanair 456 at TF109 is a Boeing 737 with information Bravo, request clearance to the server.
So I'm quite pleased some air traffic control have come online now, because when I started the video there wasn't, so
Ryanair 456.
just makes things a bit more interesting.
I'm just in the process of amending your flight plan and dive. I'll be just back with you in 2 minutes.
Let's see how the ground crew are doing. Steps are away then. Just waiting for those baggage handlers to move out of the way. And let's put the anti-collision light on to let them know that we're moving shortly. And do the before start checklist. So flight deck door is closed and locked. Doors and windows closed and locked. Anti-collision light is on, and the transponder, well, that should be off. There we go. And that's the before start checklist complete. So let's call ground and get ready for pushback. Gatwick ground, shuttle 236, request push and starts.
Shuttle 236, pushing start approved, face up.
Push start approved, face south, shuttle 236. Excellent. Right, so let's get on our way. Parking brake off. Here we go. Okay, they should have been off, but so starting engine number 2 then. Start the clock. N2 is rising. Oil pressure. And there's N1. Looking for 25% N2. There's 25. Let's put some fuel in. And just keep our hand on that lever, just in case we need to take it out for any reason. EGT's rising now nicely. And that's starter cutout. So just monitor number 2. Okay, that's a good start. Starting engine number 1. N2. Oil pressure. And N1. Okay, let's stop it there. And that's 25.
Ryanair 456, are you able to accept the new route on the thank you.
I see it, Ryanair 456.
And that's starter cutout again. And monitor number 1.
Okay, Ryanair 456, cleared to Dusseldorf, rather than BF Max 2X3 departure, then as far as the new flight plan, Squawk 3442.
Okay, it looks like another good start. So,
Get to the single with admit to X-ray departure. Could you repeat the squad code, please? Ryanair 456.
Ryanair 456, Squawk 3442.
3442, Liner 456.
Liner 456, correct, QNH1014.
Just occurred to me there I hadn't set the transponder code, but we're all good now. Okay. Check the recall. Right, let's do a flight control check. So, full down, full up, centre, full right, full left, centre, and the rudders, full left, full right, centre. Set of flaps now. Just looking for a green light.
Taxi via Mike, hold Mike 1.
So whilst that's going down, what we need to do is get our taxi chart ready, because we're going to get some information about where we're going next. So, okay, so we're here at 555, so I'm expecting we'll go out in Quebec and then maybe Lima, then Papa, but we'll see what air traffic control got in store for us. So we've got a green light there on flaps 5. There we go. So let's do the before taxi checklist. So generators then are on. Pitot heat's on. Anti-ice is not required, so it's off. Packs are auto. So air conditioning and pressurization packs auto. Isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches are continuous. Recall was checked. Engine start levers are idle detent. Flight controls have been checked. Ground equipment is clear, and APU will turn off on the way, just waiting for a cool down on that. So that's before taxi checklist complete. Let's get our, oh wow, floating A320. Let's get our taxi clearance. Go at ground, shuttle 236, ready for taxi.
Shuttle 236 for the taxi via Quebec, Juliet, Papa, Alpha November, hold Alpha 3.
Taxi via Quebec, Juliet, Papa, Alpha November, hold Alpha 3, shuttle 236. So that routing is down here, and then around the back of the stands, and then by 26 right. In fact, let's have a quick look on the chart. Yep, so Quebec goes all the way down here to this pit here, then Juliet, then Papa, Alpha November, and then hold here at Alpha 3, at which point we'll call the tower. So, looks good. Let's get going. Taxi light on. Take the brakes off. Off we go. So, yeah, I've tried to do this video a couple of times, and I've had a few technical problems with the stream. And when I flew this route the other day, it was quite exciting coming into Jersey. The weather was dropping, the visibility was right down to minimums, and it's a shame that recording didn't work out, because it was looking like it was going to be a go around and perhaps head to the alternate, which was Cherbourg, but it worked out. We got on the grounds, happy passengers, but yeah, as I explained earlier, this was a request from someone on my channel, so it's quite nice to you know, see someone watch a video, leave a comment, and suggest a route. So if there's anywhere you'd like me to fly, you know, from your favourite airport, your local airport, why not suggest it? And you can do that in the comments box below. Just let me know where you'd like me to fly from and to, and what aircraft. Predominantly, well, in X-Plane, I just fly this aircraft, the IXEG 737 Classic, and then I also fly in Prepared with the PMDG 737 NGX and the PMDG 777. So keep those in mind, and yeah, let me know where you'd like to see me fly. Just makes the channel a bit more interesting because I obviously can fly where I want to fly, but you know, you might want to see a certain approach, or yeah, just let me know. Whoops. Okay, so Juliet then is down here. Just keep an eye out for traffic. Looks like we're clear. So let's make that a left turn here. There's 26 right and 8 left, the reserve runway. Gatwick is actually campaigning for another runway, but it's not going to be that one. In fact, there's a lot of talk about whether Gatwick's going to get the deal or if it's going to be Heathrow. But essentially, from what I understand, the terminal building is going to go down the middle of the airport, and then there's going to be a runway either side. So it's going to increase capacity, and it's interesting because I live about 2 miles from Gatwick, and it's already quite busy airspace, and I think at one point it was definitely the busiest single runway airport in the world. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but it does get very, very busy. So perhaps it needs a new runway, but I don't know what the residents think about that. So just coming up to the junction here, Papa's here, and then Alpha November is this one here, which we're going to follow down to Alpha 3. So looks like we're all clear.
Shuttle 236, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225. Line.
124.220 Shuttle 236. Okay, caught me off guard there a bit. Alpha November, so just overshot a little bit, that's fine. Let's just bring it round. And whilst we're doing that, we can so this is where it's quite useful if you have a first officer to set the radios for you. So decimal 22, so let's switch to that.
Yeah, guys, I'm ready for the Yankee X-ray really 10-105.
Yeah, I fly a lot in the PMDG aircraft and use FS to crew, and it is really useful having a virtual set of hands to help you out. But you can become quite lazy, and I have found that, especially flying this aircraft, it's quite labour intensive. So right, let's call Tower and let them know what we're up to. Tower, hello, Shuttle 236, approaching Alpha 3.
Shuttle 236, Gatwick, hello, 26 left, clear for takeoff, surface, and 210 degrees, 6 knots.
Clear takeoff 26 left, Shuttle 236. Brilliant. Well, is that Alpha 3? I think it is. Let's spin it round. Okay. Turn the AP off now. I think we're clear on the approach. Yep. Let's put the strobe on. Let's get on our way. Always nice when you can get a quick departure. Flying on the weekends, actually, it does get quite busy, and you can find yourself waiting around for ages. In fact, I was sat on stand for a good 10 minutes last time whilst an EasyJet was taxiing out the way. Just like the real world. So I think we do a rolling start. So let's start the clock. Looking for 40% N1. And set takeoff power. 80 knots, throttle hold. V1 and rotate. Positive climb, gear up. So take LNAV. Whoops, forgot that. There we go.
Channel
122.8. See you next time, Shuttle 236. Bye bye. Okay. So we can go flaps 1. And there's our first altitude restriction. So I'm just going to ping on autopilot just whilst we configure the aircraft. So speed up. Let's bug up to 205. And we can go over to Unicom now because there's no more ATC. There we go. And let's go flaps up. And let's continue. In fact, let's fly here for a bit. It's a nice view. And we'll take up to 240 knots. Just occurred to me, I didn't do the before takeoff checklist, and you know, I was talking there about using FS to crew with PMDG, and you do get really used to the first officer doing everything, which is great, but you do forget stuff, and it does show the importance of actually doing checklists, and also pilots taking it in turns to fly sectors. And you know, I'm not an airline pilot, I just enjoy doing this, and it's showing me that I need to kind of brush up on a few things. But right, talking to checklist, let's check everything for the after takeoff checklist. So after takeoff then, engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear is up and off, flaps up, no lights, and altimeters, well, we're not at transition yet, which is 6,000 feet, but I think we'll head up there now. In fact, let's go straight up to our cruising altitude, which is flight level 180. Press VNAV, engine's going to spool up, and then we'll start our climb. So that's after takeoff checklist complete. In fact, let's go level change. Ah, that's really nice. Quite a nice evening for flying, for sure. So there's 6,000 feet, so we can go 1013. So that's standard set. Excellent. Yeah, really clear. You can see the coastline there of the UK. And we'll be turning that way shortly, just coming to the Midhurst VOR and then out to Southampton, and then it'll be a left turn down towards Ortac, where we'll start the star for Jersey. I was actually walking home today, and there's 10,000 feet. Let's turn those off. Let's release the passengers. Why not? Yeah, I was walking home today, and was kind of looking up at the sky, and it looked like a nice day for flying. So I thought, what better day to do some online flying? And it is only a short flight, so nothing too strenuous. Looks like there's a bit of chatter going on chat. Yeah, people not chatting how they should be chatting on VIII. I suppose it happens a lot, but I don't get involved. Let's have a look outside. Oh, that's really nice. Screenshot there, I think. So climbing nicely now, passing 15,000 feet. Should be quite nice coming into Jersey actually, because the weather there. Let's have a quick check of that. Just got that on my other screen. Weather. So. Wow, okay. No, it's not great. There's some fog going on. And really low clouds, so at the start of the video I said about diverting. That could completely happen today. But hey, it makes an interesting video. It happens in the real world. Let's give it a shot. So altitude acquired, going to level out now, 18,000 feet. Nice. So there's the Isle of Wight there. That beacon you can see flashing is Bembridge, I believe. Tiny little GA airfield on the Isle of Wight, although it's probably the biggest airfield on the Isle of Wight. And just coming up on, this is Southampton down here. So the routing usually when you take off from Gatwick on this SID, if you are held to restriction, it's about here that you can accelerate and climb up to a higher altitude. But as there's no air traffic control at the moment for this area, I've just gone straight up. Let's grab another screenshot, why not? I'm really impressed with X-Plane. You know, the graphics are just fantastic. This isn't stock, you know, I have got some add-ons such as SkyMax Pro, these HD bitmap textures for the sky. But, I mean, look at that, that looks fantastic. Couple that with this brilliant aircraft and, you know, you've got a really realistic simulator. I've definitely found myself flying more on this than prepared recently. Grabbing lots of screenshots. So just coming up on Southampton then, shortly making that left turn, out to sea. There you go, you can see the industrial area down there. These ground textures and the mesh were actually freeware, and you can get those from a website called Alpilotx, ALPILOTX. And yeah, the scenery for most of Europe, and it really good. It's not Orbex, but from this altitude, you know, it looks pretty cool, and it's free, and that's really nice. The X-Plane community. There's a lot of free stuff going on, and you know, fair play to the people that are doing it. So you can see some roads down there. See some cars. Love that. It's really cool, especially at night when you see all the headlights going. And that's what it's all about, you know. Definitely for me when I'm flying these in these flight simulators, I want to make it as real as possible. There's Bembridge just behind that cloud. Somewhere there. So not long to go either. It's 55 miles to top of descent. So really we need to start getting things set up for the arrival. The weather at Jersey then, just on my other screen, there's the wind's pretty much down the runway. In fact, let's see if I can bring that up on the screen. Yeah. So the weather's here. Wind 270 at 14. Visibility is 1500, and it's mist and fog. A few clouds at 0, broken clouds at 100 feet. And the reason for that is you see the temperature and the dew point are, well, they're not close together, they are together. So there's a lot of moisture in the air. Combine that with, you know, it's probably been quite warm today. And yeah, it just makes for kind of foggy, misty, poor visibility conditions. And yeah, the weather doesn't look fantastic, to be honest. So, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. So I think looking at LFRC. Let's jump over to the charts and just have a look at what minima we're working with. Okay, runway. Okay, so Cat 1 DME 480 feet. Okay. So really, we're below minimum at the moment. We can give it a shot, see what happens, but it doesn't look likely unless that weather clears. And that is the absolute minimum. Could check the other runway, but I think it's going to have the same minimum again. Yeah. So, you know, in the real world, probably wouldn't have flown, to be honest. The flight could have been cancelled or delayed, but I just fancied jumping on doing some flying, so that's why we're up in the air already. Thing to look at then is alternates. So on my flight plan I've got LFRC. Let's quickly jump back. Oh, we're already in the charts. Okay, so let's have a look at LFRC. Okay, so Cherbourg. And where's at Cherbourg then? Okay, there's overcast cloud at 900 feet, but the visibility is quite good below that. And looking at the chart, Cat 1 DME 630 feet, so we're going to be fine on that one. We can go below the cloud cover and make that landing. That shouldn't be a problem. So what we'll do then, I think we'll continue down to Jersey, see what happens. Just line up for the approach, get configured nice and early, take it down to minimums, see what's happening, and then if we have to go around, we'll go around and we'll head straight to Cherbourg, which, looking at my flight plan, 15 minutes flying time, so not far at all. Right, so let's get set up for the approach then. So 264 on my side, 264 on the FO's side, or your side I should say, and then 110.3 on both. Just got the chart up on the other screen. There's no more nav aids there that we can use. There's a Jersey VOR, but we won't use that. Okay. Auto brakes then. It is quite a short runway at Jersey, but I'm doing manual braking just so I have a bit more control. Just occurred to me as well, that should have been in VNAV. Never mind. So yeah, I'm going to do manual braking. Yeah, you can see some cloud coming up now. Runway at Cherbourg is a little bit longer, but let's plan for a flaps 40 landing. So that's a VRF of 133, just going to make a note of that. And we can just see Jersey there. So let's quickly jump back to the charts and have a quick look at what's going on. So we're going to come in to Jersey and the Jersey 1 Alpha arrival. So from this point here, AUTAC, angler, down to Jersey, and then when we get to Jersey, we're going to fly outbound on the 126 radial from Jersey, configure the aircraft, bring it round, and then bring it in hopefully for landing, but I have a bad feeling that I think we're going to be going around. Okay. I guess it's situations like this that do make it a bit more interesting in a simulator. You can find yourself just flying from place to place and it can be a bit boring, but weather diversions, emergencies, all adds to the excitement. Let's okay. It's a shame it's not modelled on this FMC. I think you can do it on the PMDG one, but hey, never mind. So, yeah, we can't do a secondary route. So what I might have to do is do a kind of mid-air reroute. So there's the routing there. Benix G27 EGKK. So let's dial this down. We'll say 9,000 feet. There's no air traffic control on for Jersey as far as I know. Let's have a quick check. No. No one. To be honest, I didn't think there would be, with the bad visibility and what have you. Probably doesn't make for a very interesting controller session, telling people to go around and flying somewhere else. Just coming up on top of descent now then. That looks like Guernsey up ahead. Don't think we'll be going there though. So there's the retard warning, so bring the throttles back and we'll start our descent. The transition altitude is a little bit lower here, it's 5,000 feet. Just ignore that. Let's get the passengers sat down. I think we should... it's going to get really dark in a minute. Turn that weather radar on. Yeah, you can see all this cloud here. Cherbourg's over there somewhere, I believe. So we'll be at 3,000 feet over the Jersey VOR, so let's just set that now. We'll assume that air traffic control have cleared us down to an altitude. The QNH then... Oops. Sorry about that. Just realised I didn't have you set on that view. So yeah, let's just check the weather. Jersey then, QNH 1018. We'll assume that air traffic control cleared us down to that altitude. And we'll set that on my side. On standby. And on your side. Right on schedule, so that's good. Yeah, you can see this cloud mass around Jersey. Oh, Guernsey looks pretty clear. Interesting. So just coming down to 10,000 feet now. And that's Jersey up ahead there. So we can see it at the moment, but we'll see see what happens when we get a bit closer. And here comes the cloud. Typical. So a little bit fast. Just put a bit of speed brake out, slow the aircraft down. Slow a bit more. I guess at this point you'd probably be briefing the cabin crew that there is potential for a diversion. You probably have some quite annoyed customers, or passengers I should say. But it happens, and airports like this aren't equipped to handle, you know, this sort of weather. Gatwick, you could probably land in that sort of visibility and low cloud, but Jersey's quite a small airfield, so yeah, only Cat 1. But we'll give it a go. Just past 8,000 feet, slowing down nicely now. Yeah, again, really cloudy. If you haven't already done so, if you're enjoying this video, you know, give it a like, and I'll try to put videos out as regularly as possible, so do hit subscribe, because it'd be nice to share the latest content with you. The only reason I haven't put videos out recently is it's just been so hot in the UK, and the room that I record videos in, it's been in the 30s. Not particularly pleasant to sit and record a video in. But the English summer has, or the British summer I should say, has definitely passed now, so temperatures are back to a more normal 20 degrees Celsius at the moment. Plenty of cloud. Temperature's 15 degrees Celsius, so no need to put the anti-ice on. If we were near to freezing, I think it's below 6 degrees Celsius, we'd look to put that on. Okay, so coming up there's the Jersey VOR. Maybe left turn, out, configure, and back round in. Come up to transition altitude now, so we can do the approach checklist. So altimeters 1018 set and cross-checked, and that's the approach checklist complete. Now I want to configure the aircraft early, so I'm going to go level change and I'm going to bring the speed back. And I'm actually going to take heading select as well. The reason being is I flew this approach the other day, and this turn here, it didn't handle it very well, and I don't know why. Could be a bug, but it meant that I kind of went off course, so the best thing I've found is just to take heading select, level change, and then you can control everything. So let's go flaps 1. Bring that speed brake back in now. Yeah, really bad visibility. The first officer definitely can't see anything. Okay, we can see some land now, that's good. Let's go flaps 5. And we're just crossing the Jersey VOR, so we want to go heading 126 now. Yeah, we might be alright. The important thing is that we need to see the runway. Now, I don't think any traffic are in the area, but I'm just going to send a quick message. And as we turn the aircraft around, we want to be at this point here, CF26 at 2,000 feet. Just bug that speed up a little bit. Level change again, and let's bring the aircraft round. Arm Vorlock. Going to intercept that localizer shortly. So that's radio altimeter. So we're looking for 480 feet. Okay, I can see the water now. Let's try and intercept that localizer now. Okay, that's localizer captured. Just about to see the sun and just about to see the coastline. Not looking great though, straight ahead. So let's set runway heading then, so it's 264. About 8 miles to run now. Go gear down. Flaps 15, bring the speed back. Yeah, it's really low cloud. Arm approach mode. and that's glide slope captured. Bring the speed back some more. We're looking for a VREF of 133. So let's go flaps 30. Four miles, still not visual. Flaps 40, landing checklist, cabin call given, engine start switches are continuous, speed brake is armed, landing gears down, 3 green, flaps 40 green light. Let's give this a go. So we're looking for visual at or before 480 feet. Okay, can just about make out the runway. Continue. That's minimums, I'm happy with that. Let's land.
500, 400, 300, 200, 100, light slow, 50, light slow, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Full reverse. And manual braking. Excellent. Well, I'm pleased we made that down. To be honest, I think we got in just in the nick of time there because the visibility was dropping, as you could see, 800 feet and still not really visual. So if we were flying for real, we'd have some very happy passengers for sure. Parking wise, let's park round here. So that was full flight then, London Gatwick to Jersey. Bit of ATC on the way. Some bad weather for the approach. But the main thing is we got down on the ground, so that's good. I think the landing was okay as well. Tell me what you think, and give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Interested to hear your comments as well on where you'd like to see me fly on this channel, from anywhere to anywhere. I like doing live streams. Obviously if the route's too long I'm not going to bore you with a live stream of it, so I'll look to record it, edit it and put it up. But yeah, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and just going to pull up onto the stand. There's one just down here. Here we go. Let's see how my parking is. So let's turn off that, that, and that. Let's turn off the weather radar. Oh, oh, there we go. Bit too fast there. Recovered it though, that's good. Stop it there, put the parking brake on. Put on APU. Let the passengers out. Anti-collision light can stay on, and flaps, didn't bring the flaps in. There's always something. Okay, so shutdown checklist then. In fact, it's going to be difficult, I think, without the hydraulic power. There we go. Fuel pumps are off, pitot heat is off, hydraulic panel, we've turned that back on to bring the flaps in. Keep the engineers happy. Parking brake is set, engine start leaves are cut off, weather radar is off. And the tech log, well, didn't break anything, so all looks good for a flight back. Shutdown checklist complete. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. Leave me a comment, like if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to be kept up to date with all the latest content on the Virtual Airline Pilot channel. See you next time. Cheers.